Hello, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. We have successfully rescued Kenny Kerbin. So he can look around and see things, and he can pilot the spacecraft and stuff like that. Actually, I don't know. I'm just trying to work out if I know what... Kenny's a scientist. Okay, there you go. That's nice. But we still have a different. We have where's the other captain gone? There we go. Philney. We still have Philney. Now the problem we have with Philney is that that's not the insect I want. I don't want the insect. I want the ascending node, descending node. We've got 170 degrees phase shift between the two of us because basically he's going the other way around the moon, and this is a bit of a pain. So what I am in fact going to do is I'm going to go here. Well, tell you what, let's brute force it and see what happens. Alright, let's go. Oh, that's a ton of delta V to do that. Right, so that's not going to happen. And that doesn't even get me all the way there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the maneuver. I'm kind of going to do the exact opposite. Whereas I'm going to actually try and get 100. I'm going to be in the same plane, completely reversed, right? Then I'm just going to whack a whole bunch. Oh, not so much that I actually leave. No, I want to not quite. I really want to go as far out from the moon as possible, while still being in the SOI, right? And on the I don't really need to be on the exact opposite plane, but also being on the exact opposite plane. As our right. So that's as far out, give or take, as I can go without actually leaving the moon's sphere of influence, right? And I need to really do that maneuver now. So I'm going to be slightly late. Now the idea is, when I get to that apoapsis, I'm going to be moving quite slowly, because apoapsis is where you move your slowest. Therefore, changing my speed to go the exact opposite direction is going to be less of a hassle, is the theory. So just easing into those last few meters a second. Alright, and that'll do. So when I get to here, no, okay. So can I do it? Just do it this way. Right, it gets a bit wonky when I do it quite like that. I actually have no idea which way I'm pointing when I'm doing it. Let's get rid of that. So I'm almost exactly the wrong way around, right? So I bring that all the way down. And I want to go until this turns into prograde. I think I've broken it. I don't know. Maybe I need to do it another way. This is not working the way I want it to. So you're supposed to be able to use your mouse to, use... Flipping 180 degrees is harder than I thought it was. Oh, well, actually, tell you what. Right, so it's going to be about 2... Right, what I should do is just point myself... well, I get here, add maneuver. Alright, so now... I find my maneuver node. And when I get to that point, my maneuver node is just going to be my retrograde. So let's do that again. So this will kill my speed exactly. That's 102. That's going to take 11 seconds. So when I get 11 seconds, unless that's no, it's gone balk. So I'm just going to get. I'm pointing the right way. Pointing the way I will want to point when I get there. And actually I'm going to put that maneuver back. When I get 11 seconds outside this maneuver, that is when I'm going to want it. So I don't much care about what it's saying here. I know I'm going to want to point in what is now retrograde. It will become prograde. And if I just burn for 22 seconds... I don't want that one up. I want that one up. There we go. If I just burn for 22 seconds, it'll all be fine. So I start at 11 seconds. I burn for 22 seconds. And that should flip me. And I should be still in the same plane. And yeah, really all I need to worry about is that my periapsis is above the lunar surface, the Munar surface. So all I care about is node in T, and I want to go from minus 11 seconds to plus 11 seconds. Everything else is irrelevant. Holy cow, this is working. What's my... There you go. So if I'd just done a flip right down there, it would have been actually more delta V than I had with me at the time. In fact, it was more than I had with me when I got to the moon. I'm still more or less in the right plane. I think I'm pretty much exactly in the right. I'm 1.1 degrees off. So I might as well fix that while I'm here. If I can, actually. Which way? I'm going to be wanting this way, I think. So this is such a delicate maneuver, it's actually quite hard to... So I might not even bother, actually. It's actually quite hard to do, because it's such a fiddly little thing. So I'm trying doing the movie with the mouse wheel, which I've often been told is more accurate, but yeah, actually I'm not going to bother. 1.1 degrees, clearly that's not a problem. That might be a case where I actually want higher delta V because it's just going to be easier to cope with. Now, in theory, I can arrange an encounter from here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do a thing where I'm going to get as close as I can to the actual proper orbit, which is going to be here. Whoop! Wrong way. So I probably spent instead of the previous idea, which would have been let's focus on the moon. That's going to help. The previous, if I'd just done a straight reverse with the orbit I had, that would have been 2000 delta V ish. In fact, I think it would have been even more than that, because it was very clearly telling me that I didn't have the delta V to do. It was 2000 to just go at 90 degrees, so that 2000 was to do that. Whereas that cost me what, 200 to get out, and then 200 to flip, and now it's going to cost me another certain amounts. That worked out really well. I'm exceedingly pleased. Bit more, I think. Bit more. In fact, actually, you can see that the apoapsis and periapsis are lining up nicely. Interestingly, I'm more or less pointing the right way already. That's kind of thing. So, warp to next move. What is going on? It's almost like I know what I'm doing. No, where am I? Oh, that's right. I'm going around this way now. That was, in fact, the whole point of this maneuver, was to go around the other way. 14 seconds, so we'll go at 7 seconds. This is a weird feeling. It's like I'm being competent and stuff. I've got fuel left and everything. What is going on? Yeah, so instead of like 2000 delta V, I haven't even spent 1000. Maybe even be less than, on the equivalent of like 500 or so. It's a serious savings, and it seems like a crazy thing. I mean, that's part of, that's orbital mechanics for you. Things, they just don't work the way that we're used to on our world, where why is... Oh, is Kenny's capsule is still there. It's just not got anyone in it. But I'm not... Oh well, it's not as nice as I'd like. Let's chart the maneuver in. Let's put it here. It's good place as any. The maneuver is going to go the wrong way. I'm just gonna I'm a little confused. So there, that there goes from there to there, and goes there. Alright, yeah, so I'll go another orbit, and another orbit, and then should be somewhere in this orbit. Should be where these will start to line up. May still need some fiddling. To get the exact delta V. No, it looks like they'll match up pretty well. 7 kilometers. I'm going to start to diverge at that point. Oh, there's too many things just meeting at around about that place. 0.7, we'll take that, thank you. I may not get that exact encounter, but if the start is at 7 kilometers, then it's going to be pretty good. Doesn't know how long the burn's going to take. That's great. I get so confused. I'm so used to orbiting the other way around. It's actually quite confusing the way things are just now. I know what I could have done. Maybe next time I do this. I could have designated Kenny's capsule as being. Let's go 10 seconds out. I could have designated Kenny's capsule as being debris while Kenny was still in it, and he had the opportunity to rename. He might have. Well, yeah. So I swapped to it, and then I asked Kenny to rename the capsule, and then claim that it is in fact debris. Because then I can ignore it on this map if I want. Let's get aimed back on the manoeuvre node. This is getting pretty good. Getting pretty good. Get right, we'll call it there, I think. And our actual separation is going to be 3 and a bit kilometers, it says, but who knows. I'm just going to walk forward a little bit until I see which way everyone's going. I'm having because we're going around the other way. It's like, what side of that do I want to warp to? And I've been getting a bit confused. Okay, so target mode, let us point retrograde. Go into map mode. That's interesting. Okay, so it's not going to be as close as I'd like, but that's all right. So we're going to aim to kill the speed when it's really, pretty much exactly 90 degrees. And because it's auto-saved, I'm just going to use that as a hint to quick save. Philney approach. So that way, if it all goes horribly wrong, I can come back. Alright, let's say that's what they'll do. Yeah, I could have left it a bit longer. Right, and now we'll point towards. If I can work out which way is towards. I was trying to do it visually by looking at the spacecraft, and I keep forgetting that is a stupid idea and it never works. Actually, I want to go quite fast. And then point retrograde. again when we're going more or less, when it gets to more or less, 90 degrees off, that's when you kill the speed. Bunch of other things I suddenly realised that I could be doing. Some which I can in fact just do. Right. Going to go here, and then we're going to see if... Oh, what the... How did you get out here in that? Oh, there we go. Good. Can't move. Right, so can we get a crew report? Keep the data. EDA. EDA reports. Now, yeah, I would love to be able to change his horizontal up and downness. Maybe if I change... that didn't actually do what I wanted it to do. Oh well. Our speed. I think I want to go to that top one. Right. Ah. 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 There we go. On board. Well, actually, that's still experiments. Oh, I need. Oh no. Well. There's a crew report. But I can do a crew report from here. There we go. And then I can do a crew report. I don't think this helps. Do a crew report from there. I might want to do another crew report as we go into space. So we're going to take the data, we're going to store the data, and then we're going to board. And we're going to do the same here. We're going to EA. We're going to take the data, store the data, do an EVA report for no good reason, and store that. Okay. I think as much science as we're going to get. The map view. I just want to see who I've got. I've got a scientist and a pilot. So Philney's a pilot. Alrighty then. Okay, what do we want to do? We are going. Let's speed up just a little bit. Right, unset targets. Right. So my target is in fact here. So if I speed up a little bit, again I've forgotten which way we're going around. Right, so we actually want to add our maneuver here, because normally you'd add the maneuver on this side, because the moon's going this way, you're normally going around the moon that way, so going prograde as far as the moon is concerned here is going retrograde as far as the Kerbin is concerned, but here it's the other way around. So I want to go prograde at this point, and then I can literally just bring myself in. They're deeply weird. I suppose I do have a deeply weird angle. Well, I don't actually care about the angle, so I don't care. Right. Oh, that's a bit steep. Let's not go that steep. We're going to aim for 45 this time. So I ended up going 30 odd, and that just. Although I didn't actually take any harm, it was a bit worrying. 44, close enough. Looks like it was close. Why? You know, I should not be allowed in charge of spaceships. Really shouldn't. Whoops. That will be a bit steep in that we would be crashing. I've lost. No, then I then lose that whole thing. But never mind. Got it back. Alright. Okay. So we're wanting again about 45. Close enough. I've got the right maneuver. I do not need to click anything. Specifically, you don't need to click that button there. What I need to click is warp to next maneuver. Warp to next maneuver. A whole mighty, few minutes. So 3 seconds. So I've got some science, assuming we survive. And I've gotten them back, which is the main thing. Plus, free astronauts. Oh, you cheeky sod. So now I don't know what I'm doing. Oh well. 6 seconds! Oh, by 6 seconds I mean like 30 seconds. What's many seconds between friends, eh? Okay, let's... Oh, it seems to be working, so I'm just going to leave it for the moment. Right. Oh, let's point ourselves at the maneuver now. Ease our way in. Right, okay, so what's my actual periapsis? 59. 45. That we will happily cope with. I can just time warp to my heart's content because Basically, as soon as I get into atmosphere, it will time warp me to 1, which is what I want. Goodbye map view, you've been great. Oh, we're spinning, great. We don't. Have we run out of? No. Don't know why we were spinning. We are pointing retrograde. We're just going to burn all our fuel here. Because the faster you're going, the better, the more efficient your fuel is. They're very happy. And of course it's night side as always. Wow, we are losing a well. I had a lot more fuel than I thought I did. And we are, yeah. Ladies retrograde, isn't it? Ladies retrograde, yeah. But for a moment I was speeding up. Well, I mean, I'll be speeding up a bit because I'm approaching. Am I going up? No, I shouldn't do. I am. I'm going up. Let's point ourselves at the horizon then. How's that for a plan? I wonder if we've not. If I actually went too shallow. Yeah, I think that's what happened. So I actually wasn't going to be doing enough aerobraking. Yeah. Maybe I should aim for about 40k. But I do believe that's telling me that I've been captured. Maybe. I don't know. I've got fuel left to burn. Let's burn it. There we go. We're definitely falling. We're definitely going to get caught. We are landing. Landing is assured. Right. Thank you, engine part. You have done sterling service. Now sod off. What's going on here? Rescue Philney Kerbin from orbit from the moon, so I got some cash, and Philney Kerbin is now pilot space program. Sweet. Now all I need to do is not die in the atmosphere. Are we still going up? My lord. Yes, we are. We're still going up. We in fact skipped out of the atmosphere. I'm now wondering if that's too steep a descent. But I do have a heat shield on this thing for once, so as long as we're vaguely pointed retrograde, we should be alright. Try not to do any maneuvers except when I'm not time warped. Yeah, so possibly that my final, encounter with Kerbin wasn't the cleverest. Maybe I could have done that better. Right, so now I really want to make sure that I'm pointing retrograde. I want the heat shield in the way. Let's bring up the fuel tank thing. I don't like the fact that and also disable the temperature gauges, because that may eat memory. Don't seem to be eating as much of now begin to eat some of later. Getting quite low. Well, eaten hardly any of later, and we're through the fiery bit, and we're just higher than the speed of sound, and we're now, we must be subsonic by now. Deploying chutes, and I think we've succeeded. I think we've pretty much, as of now, I think we're pretty much golden. We'll turn off SAS because we don't actually want to be doing anything smart like pointing any particular direction. We actually want to be going just pointing the way we're going. And maybe I actually could have, I don't know. Maybe I could have turned off SAS as we were coming in, but I don't know. Oh my lordy lord, we seem to have survived. No, nothing new there. Didn't think there would be. Might be able to get something closer in, but meh. We appear to be splashing down in the ocean, which is fine. Don't know if that's sunrise or sunset happening over there. All in all, I think I'm going to call this a success. Well, really, I should wait until the parachutes open at 500 meters before I say anything. But admittedly, this was an empty capsule. We didn't have any Kerbals in it. But that actually survived quite well. It's getting lighter, so I think that's dawn. I think dawn is happening. I want to know how these guys... 4.9. I'd like to be a slightly less. I think that's... No, 4.1, that'll do. I would like to... How did these guys get around the moon anyway? Is what I want to know. Suddenly realised I wanted to get these guys. No, I wanted to get these guys so they counted as being in orbit around Kerbin, as well as they should count as. I don't know if I'll get the experience for it, but because they were in orbit around the moon and then they were in orbit around Kerbin, and so they should get moon orbit points and Kerbin orbit points. But I don't know whether they do. They might, because they might not count as being mine until after they have landed. But no, they've already joined. So as soon as I got them, they should join. So it would be quite nice. I would actually get some new level 1 Kerbals. I would really like it if my meters per second was just under 4, but it's just over 4, and that's just going to have to do. Come on, you can do it. Meters to go. How must they be feeling though? Just being stuck around the moon for ages and ages and ages. And then, they're seeing water again. Knowing that they may see their families once more. Splash down. home and safe. Cover vessel, hopefully not crash. Nope, crash. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos, and find Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenough.dice.com, or we're on YouTube, and we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitter. And until next time, reach for the stars.